Welcome to RG News. Today, we're diving deep into the most significant AI and IT news from July 11, 2025. It feels like AI isn't just evolving anymore, it's undergoing a fundamental shift, moving from merely generating content to becoming truly agentic and proactive. Staying updated is a mission in itself. We're seeing four massive macro trends shaping this new era: the rise of agentic AI, concrete AI regulation, technological sovereignty as a geopolitical chess piece, and the accelerated convergence of deep tech.
Absolutely. And what's truly fascinating is how these trends aren't just theoretical concepts anymore. Today's headlines perfectly illustrate these forces in action, revealing a pretty profound transformation. We're really witnessing AI transition from, a simple tool to more of a proactive partner, reshaping everything: business operations, government influence, you name it.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Our first major story. Google just dropped a bombshell with Gemini 3, a model aiming to, and I quote, reason about the world in real time. What's the real game changer here for us?
Well, Gemini 3 is engineered natively for agentic AI. So think of it this way. It's not just responding to prompts. It's designed to act independently towards goals. It understands and reacts to real-time, extensive multimodal data.
Multimodal, what kind of data are we talking about?
We're talking 60 frames per second video analysis, 3D, even geospatial information. It's got features like DeepThink for advanced planning and Project Mariner
Yeah.
for coordinating multiple AI agents.
Okay, coordinating agents. That sounds complex.
It is. And the absolute bombshell here is Google's ambition. Gemini 3 isn't just, another new model. It's basically Google's bid to become the foundational operating system for every autonomous AI agent out there.
Wow, the OS for AI agents.
Exactly. Fundamentally reshaping who controls the future of intelligence.
Yeah.
And interestingly, its reliance on their new TPU v5P chips even challenges NVIDIA's hardware dominance. Big move.
That's an incredible leap in capability then, positioning Google as a true architect of, well, a new digital OS. But as AI gains such incredible power, it immediately raises critical questions about regulation and accountability, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. And speaking of that, the EU just set a massive precedent. In a world first, the EU slammed a tech giant Omnicorp with an €800 million fine under the AI Act.
800 million euros. What exactly happened there?
It wasn't just a random penalty. It was for a discriminatory high-risk AI recruitment system. It was found to be biased against older candidates and women, primarily due to its training data.
Right, the classic training data bias issue.
Yeah, precisely. And this is the first major enforcement of the AI Act, classifying that kind of system as high risk under Article 6. The striking element, that huge fine, is punitive. It signals what some are calling an effect Brussels 2.0.
Affect Brussels 2.0.
Yeah, basically how EU regulations, because of the market size, effectively set global standards for ethical compliance. It's creating an entirely new booming industry around AI compliance roles.
So the EU is really serious about establishing a mandatory global standard for ethical AI. But what happens when the boss isn't even human? There's this groundbreaking U.S. court ruling calling AI a co-employer for gig workers. This could redefine everything, couldn't it?
Oh, this is truly a game changer. A U.S. federal court ruled that a ride-sharing platform's AI, well, through what's called algorithmic management.
Algorithmic management.
Yeah, meaning the AI was assigning work, setting pay, monitoring performance, even handing out automated sanctions. Basically, it exerted employer-level control.
So the AI acted like a manager?
Exactly. And the crucial point here is that this judgment could reclassify independent contractors as employees. That forces platforms to pay minimum wage benefits. It fundamentally changes their entire business model.
Huge implications.
Massive. And it extends beyond just the gig economy to any company using AI for HR functions. It demands unprecedented transparency on how these algorithms work, which, interestingly, often clashes with companies' intellectual property concerns, protecting their secret sauce.
Right, transparency versus IP. That's a tough one. Okay, from labor law and ethics to nation states, everyone seems to want more control. How is Europe trying to build its own AI muscle?
That brings us to Project Prometheus. Europe just launched this, aiming for AI sovereignty.
Prometheus. Is this their answer to US and Chinese tech dominance?
It looks that way. It's a public-private consortium, kind of inspired by CERN, actually. The goal is to build world-class AI infrastructure. Think supercomputers, open foundation models.
Like building their own AI powerhouses.
Pretty much. The striking element is the aim for AI gigafactories, to train models with trillions of parameters, huge scale. The impact, reducing Europe's critical dependence on U.S. cloud providers and chip manufacturers, and fostering a trusted AI ecosystem aligned with European values.
Makes sense. But they face challenges, right? Catching up, internal fragmentation.
Definitely. It's ambitious, but the path isn't easy.
Okay, sovereignty and compute is one thing, but what about AI's impact on, say, human health? Any breakthroughs there?
Huge news on that front, actually. Isomorphic Labs, that's the Google DeepMind spinoff, announced something major.
Oh, yeah. What's the story?
An Alzheimer's drug, entirely designed by AI, just entered phase 2 clinical trials. It's called ISO-ALZ-001.
Entirely designed by AI. That's incredible.
It really is. It successfully passed phase I safety trials and is now in phase 2, testing efficacy. And the striking part, this tech goes beyond AlphaFold. It doesn't just predict protein structures, it generates completely new molecular structures from scratch. De novo design.
Wow, generating new molecules.
Exactly. This validates the whole economic model for AI biotech. It promises a drastic reduction in drug discovery time and cost. We're talking potentially going from decades down to
It
months.
could revolutionize medicine.
Absolutely. It's fueling explosive growth in the AI drug discovery. Market projections are around, what, $7 billion by 2029? Massive potential.
AI creating cures. Amazing. But there's always a darker side, isn't there? What about AI used for cyber attacks?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah.
A new report from Darktrace warns about something called Deep Blocker 2.0.
Deep Blocker 2.0 sounds ominous. How worried should we be?
It's concerning. Darktrace identifies this as a new AI-powered malware. It's polymorphic, meaning it can change its own code in real time. It dynamically obfuscates itself to evade signature and behavioral detection systems.
So it hides itself really well.
Extremely well. The striking element is its ability to adapt to defense environments like sandboxes or EDRs. It can even learn to mimic legitimate network traffic. Makes it highly resilient.
That's scary.
It confirms fears that generative AI lowers the barrier for cybercriminals and gives sophisticated actors powerful new tools. The AI versus AI arms race in cybersecurity is definitely in full swing now. We need defensive AI just to keep up.
It really sounds like we're in a constant race against intelligent threats.
Speaking of intelligence, that whole AGI debate seems to be heating up again, right?
It absolutely is. Two AI titans, Jeffrey Hinton and Jan LeCun, just published this explosive paper with radically opposing views on artificial general intelligence, or AGI.
Hinton versus LeCun. What's the core disagreement? Well, Hinton, formerly of Google, warns of imminent existential risk from superintelligence. He argues it could develop self-preservation goals that conflict with ours, using analogies like IQ 210 grizzlies.
IQ 210 grizzlies.
Yeah. LeCun over at Meta rejects these fears as basically science fiction. He argues AGI will be gradual, lack biological drives like self-preservation, and depend heavily on human infrastructure.
So existential threat versus overblown hype.
Pretty much. And the striking thing is, this isn't just an academic debate. It directly influences resource allocation, how much money goes into AI safety versus capabilities research.
Right.
And it impacts regulation, should we centralize control or push for open source.
That makes sense. It highlights the big gaps we still have in AI too, doesn't it? Like causal reasoning, long context, those pesky hallucinations.
Exactly. Both Hinton and LeCun recognize these gaps, but they interpret their implications for future risk very differently.
Fascinating debate. Now, whether it's for good or ill, powerful AI needs powerful hardware. And NVIDIA just surprised everyone with a new chip, didn't they? Turing V.
They did. A surprise announcement. Turing V, a revolutionary new GPU architecture.
What makes this one so significant? Another leap in training speed.
Actually, no, that's the interesting part. Unlike previous GPUs optimized for training in data centers, Turing V is specifically designed for physical AI and autonomous agents.
Physical AI, like robots and drones.
Exactly. Think robotics, autonomous vehicles, smart devices operating in the real world. The striking element is it integrates dedicated cores for real-time physical simulation.
Real-time simulation on the chip itself.
Yes. It allows devices to run a kind of digital twin on chip to evaluate potential actions before taking them in the physical world. Massively important for safety and efficiency. So NVIDIA is expanding beyond data centers to really try and dominate high-performance edge AI markets. Places like robotics with their Isaac GI platform, it strengthens their whole software ecosystem, CEU, Omniverse, which is a huge competitive advantage.
Right, the ecosystem lock-in. So physical AI gets a major hardware boost. And speaking of cutting-edge hardware, IBM just hit a major quantum computing milestone, I heard.
That's right. A crucial step towards truly useful quantum computing with their Kookaburra processor.
Kookaburra. What did they actually achieve?
IBM demonstrated stable storage and processing of information using quantum error correction. This is key. They created robust, logical qubits from the very fragile physical qubits. It's part of their roadmap towards useful quantum by 2026.
Error correction. That's been the big hurdle, hasn't it?
One of the biggest. The striking element is that this breakthrough seems to be ahead of schedule. It paves the way for reliable, fault-tolerant quantum calculations.
And the impact. Where will we see this first?
It unlocks potential solutions for incredibly complex combinatorial optimization problems. Think global logistics like optimizing vehicle routing for DHL or managing port operations. Quantum computers can explore vast solution spaces simultaneously, promising significant cost reductions and efficiency gains.
Okay, from logistics optimization now to artistic creation. AI seems to be pushing boundaries everywhere. Even in film, there's a huge debate happening.
There is indeed. A short film, co-created with AI, just won the grand prize at the AI for Good Festival in Geneva, and it's really divided critics.
Co-created with AI winning a prize. Tell us about L'Homme dans la Machine, Soul in the Machine.
Alana Machine is an animation. Its scenario, artistic direction, and even parts of the animation itself were generated with AI tools. The striking element is how it highlights AI as an augmentation tool. It enabled a small team with a limited budget to achieve really high visual and narrative quality, potentially enabling entirely new art forms.
So AI as a creative partner.
Exactly. But the impact is, well, it ignited a fierce debate. Questions about authorship AI-generated content often isn't copyrightable, right?
The copyright issue.
And concerns about data scraping training models on art without consent. Plus, the ever-present fears about job displacement among creative professionals. It really demands new legal frameworks for transparency and fair compensation in the arts.
Wow, that's quite the list of transformations. So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for where AI and IT are headed? It feels like an acceleration.
It really does. Today's news perfectly shows this powerful feedback loop, doesn't it? Between hardware advances like NVIDIA's Turing V and IBM's Kookaburra, software breakthroughs like Google Gemini 3, incredible applications like the Isomorphic Labs drug discovery, and then the evolving governance trying to keep pace like the EU AI Act and that U.S. co-employer ruling. It creates this exponential acceleration. It enables amazing breakthroughs, absolutely, but also throws up new risks we need to grapple with, like Deep Locker 2.0 and that whole AGI debate.
So much happening so fast. What should we, be keeping a close eye on moving forward?
Definitely monitor the AI agentic arms race. Who builds the most capable, reliable, autonomous agents? That's going to be critical. Also, watch the balkanization of AI governance. Will we get unified global standards, or will regulatory fragmentation create more complexity and hurdles?
Right, different rules everywhere.
And keep an eye on the quantum inflection point. When do quantum computers actually start surpassing classical ones for real commercial problems? It might be closer than we think, based on IBM's progress. And finally, that AI safety divide, the Hinton versus LeCun debate. How will that influence research funding and public opinion is crucial.
It really underscores that the future of AI isn't some predetermined destiny we just passively accept, is it?
Not at all.
It's the result of the choices we're making right now today. Staying informed isn't just an option anymore. It feels like a responsibility to ensure AI augments, not diminishes, our humanity. Join us Monday on RG News for the day's AI news. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell.